Hello, Frank here. Here's talking about another video thing I wanted to do for a little bit now that I'm trying to make myself do. And that is kind of like me just giving an update on how things are going and some more plans and ideas that I have that I've been trying out. Some of them have been working, some of them not so much. But for the most part, this is mainly a video trying to explain how I want to better my work ethic. Uh, One of the main things that I often have trouble with, as I explain a lot, is when it comes to working on my own personal projects, I often start to hate myself a lot, and that self hate tends to get a lot in the way of the actual production of it. So I often have trouble with just trying to stay motivated on the project without pushing myself to not to do it. It could be for a multitude of reasons. It could be I don't feel good enough. I don't believe it will turn out good, and just generally other emotional problems I have with myself at the time. And one of my goals beforehand was try to have fun with drawing again. And I can't say with full confidence that I'm having 100% fun with drawing, but I did discover a few things along the way. One of them is that I learn a lot through necessity, where if I don't believe something is necessary, it's very hard for me to like learn it. There's of course exceptions to this. I understand the importance of reading and stuff, but I'm still a terrible reader. I'm still terrible with grammar, uh, and stuff like that. But for the most part, I can learn something more easily if I have some amount of necessity for it. If you look at my channel, I was doing some live streams with Breath of the Wild, but entirely in Japanese, with all the text and stuff. And the reason why that didn't work out so well is because I didn't need to learn Japanese outside of what that stream was. But during that stream, I was picking up on a few more things more easily over time, like knowing what hiragana is which hiragana. But since I didn't have any use out of it outside of that stream, and when I was losing personal confidence and personal enjoyment in those streams, I kind of dropped that, and then I just kind of forgot everything because, well, I didn't need it. So necessity is definitely something for me that where I learned the best from. Uh, so one of the things I actually want to start doing more now is trying to do more finished illustrations, because for a very long time all I really did was just do sketchbook stuff, lots of sketching, which is important to being an artist, is to be able to sketch out your ideas a lot, and writing, writing up little notes and stuff. But I'm not used to finishing things in general, to a point of finishing and polishing. I've probably done most with that when it comes to stuff like digital illustration, but even then, like, they're not very finished. I want to try to start learning how to do finished artworks, and I think that's one of the things I think will actually help me learn how to draw backgrounds and environments, because I did try to do like, check in a month sort of thing, with my environment drawings, which I completely dropped, by the way. But that was because I was trying to just draw random environments that I think would help me in a lot of those things. But usually some of my best environment drawings came from things where I wanted to draw it. I felt like I needed to draw it and stuff like that. So I need to start doing more finished illustrations, and thus eventually lead into doing more finished art with backgrounds, environments, possibly even just trying to actively work on my manga, would be able to be a way where I can learn it, like something I can learn on the fly. But then we get back into the issue of me hating myself when I'm trying to finish my manga or try to work on it at all. So my primary objective right now, hopefully this ends up working out, is that I need to get used to finished illustrations, because each panel is just a finished illustration. And then I'll work on like some sort of story where it'll definitely be more self-indulgent, something like IC plus A, or Another idea that I had, which I just might merge into IC plus A anyway. Um, so basically, just some sort of self-indulgent story that I could work on, where I don't really care about the backgrounds as much. So I can use that as a way to learn the backgrounds because it would be necessary to make panels look full and look more interesting. Well, stuff like Dark Knight, the World Saga, House of Robin, stuff like that will have to be put on the bit more on the back burner. Something I'll definitely still try to do storyboards for, but something that I won't like hate myself for not being able to finish with any amount of quality, because I do want them to be good. So I want something that is something I more care about, like just enjoying doing rather than enjoying the end result. So I need to finish illustrations, eventually learn important art stuff in the background, and overall improve my work ethic in that way to get past just the beginning stages. I can do the beginning stages just fine. That's not the problem. It's to get past the finishing stages. Because there's been plenty of times where like I finish storyboarding a chapter or almost get to that point, but I just don't finish it because I hate it. I want to redo everything and stuff like that. I can't push myself through to finish it. And I realized that's essentially the same thing with my actual illustrations, is that I have a hard time finishing things. So one of the things I've been trying to do is finish more illustrations traditionally, digitally, and things like that. And hopefully it ends up working out well. Another thing I've been trying to do is actually do a little bit more exercise in real life. I've been doing some squats, some stretching and stuff, which have been helpful when during like downtime where I just like am just sitting around or just pacing around in my room where I'm just not doing anything. This helps kind of like refocus my mind a bit, even though I'm probably not like doing anything that like will actively build muscle. That's not really the point. It's just to get my body to do something a little bit more specific, which will help prevent my mind from just constantly trailing off and just, you know, thinking about bad stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this for about like I'd say about a week or two now, and I do feel better about it. I was originally going to make this video at the start of this, like 2 weeks ago, but I decided to hold it off. Aside from just me not wanting to do it, because I wanted to see, because a lot of these videos are just me just telling what I'm going to do, and I do try all the things I said I'm trying to do. I just don't finish them. So I decided to make this more of a update kind of thing, what I have been doing, and it's been working a little bit. I'm not sure how much it will continue to work, but I noticed that I started to trail off in the past 2 days on actually doing those things. So I wanted to make this video to kind of like motivate myself a little bit more to do it, because I do feel motivated after I make these videos. Yeah. Oh yeah, another thing. I've been experimenting with journaling. I won't be showing what's in here, but I bought this a few days ago online, and I decided to now try to make a journal. I won't force myself to write into it every day, but it's something for me else to do some writing and a little bit of drawing with that writing, to help just me kind of collect my thoughts for the day. If I notice that I'm not doing anything or I'm not keeping myself mentally active, I can at least write down what I'm thinking, how I feel, and stuff about that. It's not like, you know, like super fancy bullet journals, because I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I just need somewhere where I can start writing down that kind of stuff. And the reason why I got the idea to do it was because I wrote out like a things I want to do list in my main sketchbook, and I'm like, I kind of want like a dedicated little sketchbook to that, because I still want to show off my sketchbook to stuff, and the things I want to do is a little bit personal, so I don't want to like accidentally show that to someone. but just to have like a little, a little private book that I can just have, and I decided to use the strap to keep it closed as a like sort of makeshift pen holder for it, so it always has a pen with it. And I just keep it around. So yeah. Also bought like a smaller one, which I don't know where it was. It is right over here. This one I'm going to use more as like on-the-go sketchbook, because all my other sketchbooks are just a bit too large, and this can fit in my pocket just fine. So yeah, and I also do the little pen holder thing. Yeah. So far, I don't like how like the first few pages open on either of these, because they it's very hard to keep them like a bit flat. But I open up in the middle to see like how flat it opens, and once you get into the middle bits, it tends to be a lot better. So yeah. I've also been buying more like productivity stuff, like things that, or just like life needs stuff that just makes life more convenient for me. Like for example, I bought a Ergotron, which is a thing that holds monitors up, and it's often used by a lot of artists when it comes to their digital tools, to hold up the drawing tablets and to move it around. And that's been so useful for me. In fact, my webcam's on my tablet right now, and it just adds so much more drawing space when I do traditional art, and it's a lot more easier to set up than like moving my keyboard, picking it up, putting it behind the tablet so I can do my keyboard shortcuts. Now I can just slide it and move the tablet and just boop. Yeah, I still need to do a few small adjustments on it, like how tight certain bolts are, to make it easier to make sure it lays flat on the table. Well, not lay flat, but like have it touching the table so it's not like shaking a bit or making a little noise every time I do a pen stroke. Yeah. That's all I really got to say for this video for now. Aside from like, I guess to talk about things I want to do, and one of the things I want to do is mainly do small like little life advice slash art advice videos, and use myself as kind of like an experiment for some of them. Like, not necessarily like, oh, this is hard and fast, or hard and solid, whatever the saying is, advice for, life and art, but rather me trying out something, and kind of giving like a little status report on it after a week or two of trying it. Kind of like this video, but a little bit more refined. And it'd be like a little like mini documentary on how like it helps or didn't help, or things that I learned from it and stuff like that. Also, I just still want to do a little drawing advice videos in general. I think I might use TikTok for that, because I have seen a little bit of success on TikTok. Any of my like videos usually get like 100 views, which I know it's not a lot when it comes to TikTok, because it's such like a rapid place, but it's like I don't want to say it's low effort, it's more low time commitments, and that's one of the things I often have trouble with, actually. Now I think when I say it, is that I have trouble with investing a lot of time into something that is heavily creative wise, because it's not like a chore cleaning the house, which could take the whole day, because that has an objective end and you eventually get it done, and once it's done, it's done. But when it comes to something more creative, it's very hard to like process like the exact doneness of it, because yeah, you got it done, but is it good? Is it high quality? It's not like cleaning a table where it's like, is it spotless? Yeah, there you go, you're done. No, it's like with something creative, like you have very varied opinions on like how it is, and it sucks. It sucks a lot, and that's why I need to like complete things fast, because I don't think about it, and that's why manga is so hard for me right now. But the more I finish longer term things like big illustrations, the better I get at it, and maybe when I get more used to doing TikToks and stuff like that, I can like eventually transition that skills more to YouTube, so I do more things aside from just these kind of like vlog things. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. I'll check in with you guys later and see how things are going. It might be a month from now, maybe a week, maybe a year, depends. Yeah, so bye.